If those short 15-minute OVAs, hell, if the entire 24-minute episodes weren't enough for you, look what we have here. I'm not entirely sure what to expect in a Girls and Panzer movie, except for heart-pounding action, tons of steel, and the smell of gunpowder in the air. But if by the end of it I haven't overdosed on the fluffiest of hair, I'm going to be disappointed. We need to make sure the tracks are on nice and tight because we're about to roll in to the Girls and Panzer movie. Just a few extra loose leaves in the bottom of that tea. It's surprising. I've never heard that saying. But we can always do with more Darjeeling. And taking cover behind the defilade. It's probably better than just standing out in the open. And after taking a sustained attack like this, more tea. A victory exhibition match. Okay, I see. So none of the pressure of actually having to win. For some. I'm sure you can pick up a few things, sure. More like a superfluous meaning. We have bombers. Well, it depends on your scone, really. But even in the face of such senseless violence, she's not wrong! But also, getting them to waste some ammunition is also quite useful. Yep, and maybe you can have some better firing angles. And there's some tanks in there which I don't quite recognise. Gotta explain the basics. You know, a little lesson in language is always nice. And when you're not really facing any counterattack, it seems almost so peaceful. And then the music kicks in. You know, a few months ago, I only had a basic understanding of tanks and how it all fits together. And then, kind of half because of this show and half because of a certain Steam game where you take apart tanks and repair them, really quite understand it. This is quite an amazing bit of engineering. I can't remember that team. And are we going to get a bit of growth for all of the various tank crews as well? Or is it just a generalised thing of the entire school? What was that? I've got a weird bit of like almost feedback from the sound of it. But seeing a large formation of tanks to this kind of marching tune really is getting you pumped for what's coming up. They can't stop in an instant. Yeah, but you might need to give her a few extra minutes to just, reel in the aiming. So let's finish things up quickly here. And hearing the various different sounds of the barrels firing. I don't know who I should be rooting for. And getting some battlefield photography. No. Don't get brought... Oh no. Over-ambitious. Gonna get themselves into trouble now. They've accepted their fate for glory. What is the extra, like, railing? You can see which group is more disciplined. And now they've exposed themselves. Got some jam and cream. Just a simple cucumber would be fine. You can really savour the victory. No, you probably shouldn't. The different reactions to all of that. One of concern. And then there's Yukari just enjoying the entire engagement. Actually, stopping them from losing any more tanks. Do you want to go against the orders? Of course it would be the student council body discipline committee saying that. Ah. Quite a few ants just scurried over that hill. What? We don't we don't read subtitles here. So, the Russians and the British working together. I feel sorry for the girls' school because I can't support them anymore. You're being pincered, and so many of your allies have just thrown themselves away. Initially, you're screwed. This isn't the time to disobey. Forcibly pushing them out the way. She's so animated when she was talking, just... Do we have a battlefield bard? Taking them into more of an urban environment once again, kind of how they took down the Maus. It wasn't completely ineffective, just mostly. They've already seen some of the battle tactics before. Oh, cut him off at the pass. Let the faster tank go through. There's a lot of water there, I'd be careful. We don't want a repeat. Glancing blow. Everyone has upped their game slightly. So do a good enough job at your driving where it looks like you don't know what you're doing. It's good no one's really expected to go doing their daily shopping on these streets right away. Tread marks and tank imprints. I meant shell. A back and forth there between those two. Yep, but the problem is... Uh-oh. They expect you to die. Have you a solution? Butterfly. And then stepping over them like bugs. Okay. Not quite the ending you would have hoped for that team, but we got some valuable character growth. Hiding a lot of their mass instead of all driving out. Congratulations, but pay attention so you can get your second. Standard tactics. We'll bury them in the bodies of our own men. immediately disregarding the order to speak in Japanese. The thing is, they are blocking their shots and way by the remains of the other tanks that have been taken down already. Oh, nice turn. I really do like the lighting of when they fire in it. You actually get somewhat proper but stylized shadows and highlights. It's fine, we can brew some more. Careful. It looked like she was about to spill that rooibos. It had that kind of coloration. Just in a straight firefight back and forth. Oh no. Close enough. Just the complete opposite. Maybe go after, don't just... Okay. Well... No, you're not. She had courage, at least. Yep. Do you really want to throw yourself away like this? Ah, fucking hell. Oh, that made me laugh. Just enjoy your day. She's very careless with that tea. Can't say I approve. How fast can you reload that shell? Ah. What is that parked there? Looked like the wheels are off, whatever it was. It's definitely looking closer with more of the tanks being removed from the fight, and any backup they had kind of threw themselves away. It's still got the paint scrapes from when they went against the barrier to let the other tank past. I like that attention to detail. Oh shit. Yeah, you might need to get the kettle boiling. That was some unfortunate driving, taking down that traffic light earlier. Keep going. Yep. They don't have much. They can do. Facing that way. Damn. Automatic door. I mean, yeah, it senses movement. Make them shoot each other. I... I was like thinking, why are you just out here in the middle of the battle zone? Safe area. I wouldn't stand close that close, even if we knew that. I didn't think it would fit in the middle of the escalator. Turns out I was right. And what's with this use of the theme tune here? Clever. We've seen that whole, prop one tank up with another before, but I'm not sure we've seen it to be used in such methods. I think a first-person view rather than over the shoulder might have been better there, but oh, this is gonna go well. Are they doing the let's hide behind this door, but not really? Surprise. Yes, you will. I like that callback. Do what you know best, but make a slight improvement. They have heart. If only that could win you the battle. Nice jump. We have something crawling out of the ocean. It's a kraken itself. Yeah, that is the dangerous part. The thing is, who is it going to target? Yeah, you do not want to be hit by that. Oh, it's the two that were in the. You're gonna take yourselves out, top heavy, and they're balancing on a rock. Yeah. But it was the two that Yuki and Erwin were talking to in the OVA. Butterfly. Oh. Yeah, can they really be expected to climb that? without suffering anything. They're back. If you apologise... Oh. If they just charge ahead, they can't take them all down. They can't all make it up the wall, though. Yeah. You don't want to be at the ill end of the barrel. She's back. It was a good shot. You know, bad timing because you just got back, but ah. Flagship down. It was an exciting battle. Because she wanted to sit on the sidelines playing her instrument. Not the penguins! I mean, if the not aquarium, sea life center thing was part of the live fire zone, why didn't they get the animals out? Ah, you know, the most important part of that entire thing. One kill. It's a mixture of luck, skill, and patience. Who's really in charge here? They might have had a better chance, but yeah. A lack of... well, an issue with communication didn't help. I think I'd rather be in the arcade section as well. And now that... I wouldn't wish for that. Now that all the battles and matches are over, do they actually have to go back to lessons? Shame. Really? Has it only been a half hour or so? Something has... even though they won, is it actually being... shut down? Someone with glasses, we know they mean business. Of course, it wouldn't be so simple. So winning the tournament didn't really help. So it's just a verbal agreement. That's what you're upset about? Unfortunately, good intentions and all that isn't enough, especially against contracts and litigation and stuff. But there are thousands of people on board that ship. Oh. Seems a bit harsh. Yeah, not really. If the school's gone, the volleyball club might, be in for some trouble in the future. Just embrace it. Maybe some of the other schools will take them in. Rebbe. Okay. They will have nothing. This isn't a fight that you can, that we've seen. They don't have the means to fight back against this, is it? And all of the food stashes that she's hidden. And everyone has resigned themselves. But really, what else is there to really do in this situation? Don't have anyone that they know of they can reach out to. Yeah, you could. And take it anyway. I think that's out. They're out as well. Wait a minute, what? Of course, the automobile club, but I don't know why I thought. I'm actually drawing a blank on what the anime is called. The people on land need their hair cut as well. Not everyone is immediately aware of what's going on. Also, you didn't pack it very well if it was just sticking out the side like that. How many boxes of bears are there? At least 7. We all have to move on eventually. Usually not in huge swaves like this, though. They took the sign. I think that girl shouldn't be on the committee. They all served them well. Well, she's prepared. If she's going to sleep anyway, why not make it comfortable? Excuse me. Is this like the Americans coming in to save the day? Quite the entrance. Even though I worked in aviation... Ah, good. At least the tanks are safe. I can't recognise a lot of planes on sight. The bonds that they've made throughout the series are really coming into play now. So, how are the Italians going to help? Or maybe even her sister? So it is farewell to the tanks for now. What are those two doing in the back? You know, if you've ever visited old buildings which have been somewhat abandoned, it is... I wouldn't say creepy, but... But the ship was her boyfriend. Really? Continue with those movies that you've seen. Everyone's handling it in their own way. One with more flag waving than others. I'm sure the ship itself is just going to be repurposed. Or bought by someone else. Well, at least there's that. It's good they didn't make friends outside of their immediate club. It would make the goodbye all the harder. She's putting on a strong front. In her own way, I'm sure she is. Yeah, make the best of a situation. You know, after so many years out on sea, will they be able to acclimatise to land? At least they don't really have to worry about like the sea salt causing rust. That's a bit low, is it not? Don't run down the stairs. I have expected at least someone to fall. Is there a clear place for them to land? Ah. Special delivery. Yep. Drop and run. That might be something that they can oblige. It doesn't look too bad. Why is the mask half covered? Oh no, just pointing in a direction. They've kind of... Oh no. They've fallen into some bad ways. Their sense of meaning is gone. I feel like we have a few people who share that sentiment. Wow. If she can't muster up the energy. Good attempt. Do they have internet out here? Wow, they almost managed to. Oh. Wow, congratulations, they're learning like survival training. Are there oysters here? I think you'll be lucky just to catch anything. They are turning into delinquents. How the mighty have fallen. Is that bear getting more injured? How much... I think... Okay, I think both of those photos would have been disregarded and not allowed. How much does it cost to fill up the tank to drive it to the shop and back? Is she going to be able to just go home for a visit and have a talk now that they won that tournament? Were you looking at those signs? Look like... Oh... It's seen better days. Well, at least it's not exposed metal. She won. Blah. Oh, that's just harsh. So everything's still running, even though it doesn't seem... It doesn't seem staffed at all, really. Okay, that seems like a live show. Ah, they're not alone. Well, almost worked. Yeah, that's life. But does he continue to stand? Oh no. Split it in half. Well, yeah. Oh, she's thinking of a better... I think I know how this is going to work now. That girl is more important than you realise, and it all came down to a bear. Actually, yeah, there have been court cases where verbal agreements have really kind of swayed the decision. Okay, not having enough food is quite an issue. Yep, she's really stepping up. This isn't a time for her to break down. She can do that in her free time. She's enjoying quite a few snacks, but also fighting for the benefit of everyone. Essentially, yeah. Yeah, how is that going to look? Congratulations on winning. Now get the fuck out. Does kind of bring down confidence in the whole thing. Oh no, we're a bit busy. We can't deal with this. If we win this Pro League... I know she said that she's going to visit by herself, but... Yeah, it's nice to see her out of her usual uniform. And good dog. Not really. I guess, yeah, not having to speak to the mother right now. Yeah, it's exactly as she left it. Was that a transfer document or something? Why are all the bears seemingly not part of the background? Don't tell anyone. I wonder how much would change if we just saw tanks rolling down the street as normal. Flashbacks of better days. And there was actually a military base kind of near where I grew up, and we did see vehicles every now and again. Despite her demeanour, the sister is far too gracious. Oh, well. Almost saved. But, oh no, you can't tell who won. No matter what they have went through in life, there will always be siblings. That kind of feel-good thing. Oh. I see. Throwing her weight around now. They are really working against themselves, and why? Why are they fighting so hard? Can we get it in writing this time? Yeah. The thing is, we're not really expecting them to win pro leagues, considering they barely managed to do it before, but should be in for some good matches. Oh, I see. Got to get back for that bear show. Can I get another bear? Ah, we want to rebuild it. Well, now we know that our girls are completely screwed. She's really taking too much upon her shoulders. Now, literally. And returning at the 11th hour, the present with some... I don't know if it's good news, but at least a way forward. Wow. They've been spending their time well. No, there's nothing going on in the background. Ah, she hasn't pulled herself together just yet. The... At least something like withdrawal from not being the, like, public decency committee. No, let them live as rabbits. Leading them back like lost children. Yeah. The problem now... They might have signed it. It is bound by law. However... This isn't going to be as easy as what they faced so far. But by the time they win, are they going to get attached to this new home? She is cheering. Wonder where we've seen her. Ah, that would be why she looks young. Good question. Bad answer. So you'll have to pull through somehow. Yeah, they move forward under enemy fire and then get blown to the side. As we've seen all too often in the beginning of, well, this very movie. They have to go through all 30. Wow. They are really doing what they can. So, oh, well, we've screwed ourselves before, so let's just make sure they lose so we don't have to give back the ship. I mean, do you really want to resign yourself to the fate, or at least attempt, even if it does suffer in defeat? The ever-prepared Yukari. Oh, it was them playing it, okay. They're still enjoying their fitness regime. Kind of like the exhibition match. Are they going to call in? Maybe not Katusha, but the rest of them. And are they going to take part, actually, instead of sitting on the sidelines? Oh, Judge. Why did it take me so long to read that? You're talking yourself into loss already. They've got a veritable army standing behind them. You can't start without us. What do you think you're doing? You're missing half your team. I think I prefer their old uniform. Looks like they'll have to update the rules afterwards. Are all of their schools okay with this decision of them just losing all of the central teams? Yep. Really? Slightly more delicate of the themes compared to the other teams. Really? They made it this time? I mean... I thought I didn't recognize that tank. I really don't like her pretentious way of speaking. Well, at least they've got a lot of backup. Really? There's nothing in the rules to stop it? Well, now it's still not a completely fair match, but it's looking a lot more possible. I mean, maybe in this circumstance she'll take a backseat. I mean, if anyone else is really experienced enough to think on the fly. Morning Glory. They have various different styles of fighting. Are they all going to be brought under one banner? Or confuse the enemy with these differing tactics all at once? Your one doesn't help. You see, that part might be one to actually take a lot of. Free cheese pizza? Oh, I like it. Beef stroganoff? I like it. Fish and chips vinegar? I like it. Okay, now it's just getting ridiculous. Operation Blunder. You gotta keep it short and snappy. No, it's close. A bit too straightforward. Do you need to explain what Panzer IV means again? Yeah, you don't want to let down your guards. Is the fielding of engagement just a long straight with a big hill in the middle? It is definitely ramping up. It's a good formation. And rather than having a whole bunch of tanks that are relatively the same, having a huge ragtag bunch where you really got to keep on your toes. Which ones are the heavily armoured? Heavy firing ones. Yeah, it's a bit cramped in here. Yeah, get out and push. Was it real? We haven't used any of the tow ropes. Ah, this one's not moving fast enough. The good thing is you can see the explosion from a mile off. If it was a trap. An advantage, yes, but I'm sure they have plans in place. It's over. I have the high ground. Hey. Maybe she's just satiating you. Yeah, don't worry, Snow is black. It's fine, just wait until she falls asleep, then we don't have to listen to her. Well, planning to lose is still a plan. And what are they going to roll into? They still haven't quite worked out how to work together. And are we actually going to see a... Oh wow, they are not planning much resistance there. Are we going to see the bank manager looking dude break down by the end of this? It's quiet. Yeah, about that. About face. even when receiving blows, you can't show weakness. It's not... It's not looking great, the immediate engagement like this. And as they crest the hill, what do they see? At least they're firing back now rather than just sustaining the... ooh. All in formation. You can see the difference in training. Shit! Well, at least they are causing a distraction. Well, did we really expect any different? Wow, they are sustaining some assault there. Well, that's just mean. But they're not out, they're just temporarily immobilized. Excuse me? Yeah. Are they allowed... Oh, okay. I thought it was like air support. The snub-nosed big old boom tank. Wow, they just got brushed aside. After winning the hill, yep, you got to make some quick decisions here. It's good that we have both the sisters who are quite, one's well trained, knows what she's doing in situations, and the other can kind of make it up as she goes along. Ooh, ricochet. How dare they fire at me? Show them the error of their ways. So, even though there's no flag tanks or anything in this, they will block the way. I'm not sure it really calls for the emotional moment, considering it's only really just the tanks being disabled, but still. So, is each one gonna lay themselves down to protect Katusha? And they're on, solid ground now, so they can't tip. Yeah, I think Donna might be a better fit to actually escape as well. She seems kind of reliable. Unfortunately. Oh no, they're doing my technique, which has not worked in War Thunder. Drive at them. Barrel stuff them. Then you can't get a glancing blow. Quite some emotional music. Ah. They've lost quite a few of their team just now. It seems the plan of wiping out the right-hand flank worked quite well. No. It might be some behaviour to keep a check on, but... Word travels fast, apparently. If you take the kind of go down the same route that member of the URI Girls Club with her boyfriend is the tank, yeah, I guess you can't be alone. It is good they don't... Oh, that one almost went flying. Have air support. Anchovy. I think that tank is a little dwarfed by the others. Surprise. It's a magic trick. They learned it at the talent show. Wow. You may want to stop it from firing. That's an impressive boom. Ah. So the one who was crying about allowing the other tanks to join, suddenly, oh, there's no issue with this one. I mean, drop a shell down the barrel. Well, good, there's no desertion among the ranks. Where'd the bass come from? We're getting a lot more of the tank starting up and its engine and whatnot in this compared to the other ones. Impressive jump. You know, I'm pretty sure we can all say that her playing that right there is buffing the tank. If she stopped playing her instrument, they would lose instantly. Yeah, you do not want to be hit by that. Taken out by fallen debris. So, about there's no luck intentional. Yeah, you might be false about that. Just force it to keep going. It really seems at odds when it is too much damage for it to continue being immobilized. See, that's why... Why are they getting closer? The good thing with those small tanks, you can just push it back on its, right way up. Ah. Down the barrel. Now, who could have anticipated that upset? If it continues going after this... the song's over. Yeah, she's definitely a bard. Yeah, you took out some of the heavy duty ones. Only two. Only two. Is it going to come down to only the commanders at the end. We've got about half hour left. Yep. Do what they're good at. Which, actually, for some of them might not be all that useful. You can see some of them have to take that hill. A slight incline, slightly more carefully than others. Hopefully they don't have to do their final battle at the Boko Museum. That would be unfair. They wouldn't be able to shoot near it. Please don't have a tank on top of the Ferris wheel by the end of this. Yeah, if it's the disadvantaged loses, this story would have been over long ago. What are we good at? Charge. What are we bad at? Charge. What do you want for dinner tonight? Charge. There's only one answer for everything. Ah. Yeah, but would they actually do anything about it? It's a little tankette. What can it do? Just leave it alone. It's good that she has those colour-coded pins. And now that they've taken out the big mortars, they don't really have to worry about not being able to just hunker down. Do you want to just be firing into the unknown like that? Smoke. If they've actually managed to successfully blockade off all the potential entrances, she's learning. She might have a point. Just maybe she has a point. Let's listen. Ooh. Good call on that. Oh, shite. Can you, like, drop anything from above while you're up there? Help out slightly. Yep, They could do the thing like they did with at the end of the other one, completely block the alleyway with their own smoking corpses. Are they hiding? Let's push out to them. If they won't come to us. Are you really gonna let it escape? That is not a sight you want bearing down on you. But the courtyard is now abandoned. Not the duck! Now charge! Can a tank skip on the water? The good thing is the water itself would provide quite a bit of protection. You know, if it doesn't flood the engine or anything. Is there... Nothing seems out of the ordinary here. Whoops. You see, that's what happens if you allow cosmetics in the game. Also, did they just happen to carry those big inflatable duck heads on board with them? Now, where can one get some? There is something up with this. But are they going to work it out too late? Is she, like, clairvoyant or something? I've lost track of how many... Good hiding spot. How many of the enemy is still left? Oh, we're getting back to, like, Darjeeling entrenched in the sand trap. Almost. Almost. They have all lined up their barrels. The butterfly will save us. I trust the butterfly. Are you going to come up with some military... strategic genius? Are you going to blow the Ferris wheel off? What's a devastating amount of property damage when it could help you win? Yeah, she probably is. Just can't really communicate it. Don't do the Prometheus school of running away from things. Go to the side. What's that? I hear a lot of rumbling. You do not want to be caught underneath. Yeah, the problem is it did just go through your entire team there. That could have gone horribly wrong. I'm going to ignore physics. Just like the Ferris wheel is. Also, I don't think it's like structurally made to be able to roll like that. Well, it's running out of steam. We know the true MVP of this match. Commanding high above the clouds, the Italians. They're getting far too friendly. Yeah. She's not alone. That duck looks a bit stretched. Well, I know what I'm going to see in my nightmares now. Using cardboard to their advantage again. Really? Really? I mean, they're coming prepared, but how many times are you really going to use a vending machine cardboard display? You've just ruined that building. Good throw, good catch. All of that weight training really paid off. Would you... They do have eyes in the sky to help them through that maze. So, one duck is stretched, one is incredibly wobbly. It was looking so good. They did actually penetrated the armor. You know, if you had told me that I'd be watching a bunch of tanks, well, no, a bunch of ducks taking down tanks, I wouldn't have believed you. Yeah, rub it right in there. That is one thing about this. It's only like some hedges and whatnot. I'm sure you could push through, but using the twists and turns of the maze to rotate the turret. Now get them lost in there for half hour. Are you going to be able to, though? Ah, yes. Unfortunately, that was part of their plan as well. This is what you would call completely winging it. Yep. They get bruised and beaten just to return. Commander, your radio's on. She is joining the fight. Oh! It lost some weight. But it also has just, you know, weakened its flanks. Yeah, that won't work too many times. I'm not sure I would have taken a big tank up there. Raise your arms up, scream on the way down. That, yeah. Well, now they can't come off the track, they are stuck. This is so dumb. I love it. Now this is a chance for their charging tactics to actually pay off. Nope. Oh. Ah. Yep. Unfortunately, Guts isn't going to work this time. They reloaded pretty fast. Ah. That... I'm not sure all that smoke and fire coming out from this centre. Is the crew okay? How they have enough traction to actually make it up, I'm not entirely sure. Jump off. Oh. Nice assist. To be able to hit a moving target, even if it is on a track. They are running low on tanks. Formation power slide. Synchronize. It's like synchronized swimming, just with a lot more iron. I think she's on the road to being like Saitama, that girl. Ah! One way down. There wasn't even a ramp there. And embed yourself into the wall. Sometimes you just have to enjoy the obscene. After so many hardships, it was only natural that they would. Yeah, they just drive over it. There you go. A shell from behind. Looks like they can't just flip that one over. Yep. They made some modifications. Let's hope that it doesn't burn out. Sorry, I think I jinxed that. Ah, Katusha's down as well. We're really down to the wire now. They've made an interesting battle. How quickly can they rotate that barrel and turn the tank? You see, that's why plastic table and chairs just won't cut it for stopping a tank. Interesting use of like a fiberglass mountain. Yeah. Now. They really do work as like a well-oiled machine. Although some of these shots are too creative to be done. You're using the pirate ship? Surprise! Yeah, too creative to be done on the fly mid-battle. So, do you want to step out for a talk? They're going to fight on the incline. Or not. Thing is, if they're just constantly trading blows, just keep spinning. If you're surrounded, just keep spinning. Shoot through, yeah. Some of the attractions don't really provide the best cover. I'm not... While that debris might... Oh no, the bear! The bear! Some of the debris might not be deadly to the tanks. You saw it. You saw it again. You know, with the coalition attack of all the schools working together, you really have to root for them. But at the same point, I kind of don't want them to win, because that would be... an interesting story. You can't hurt the bear. Her weakness. Really? We're now going for a head-on charge? It never worked for the other team. Okay. A sudden boost in acceleration. Okay. Why you would bring blank rounds to this battle, even if it... Don't worry, we might need them. To get people interested into the world of tank battling, this might have done something. Until the next time. And apparently they've got a lot more students now. They've all transferred. They all did well. Played their part. Who wouldn't want a flying hug? Of course, it was all thanks to Katusha. She did the most work. Okay, I didn't expect that in entry. Is she going to return the bear? You've earned it. Better than anything else she could have received. Important life lessons were learned. Can't really think of any right now. They're kind of preoccupied by hiding behind cardboard and inflatable ducks. But what about the museum? It was on the verge of foreclosure. It's not going to have the backing now. They didn't win. At least we know that their sibling relationship is, although not quite as close as it used to be. Has not been destroyed by her moving away, abandoning the family and all that. KBG? Would the Americans have KBG fries? And each different nation celebrating in their own way. Couldn't have expected any less. Although it might have been nice hearing Nonna's singing. Having so many people all come together and seemingly as though there was no real anger between any of the classes, any of the schools, they're just enjoying life. The only ones that are really upset by any of this are the administration of the Senshidou itself. And maybe, yeah, the morals committee can calm down a little. Ah, she won. Well, at least picked it up. They do have their work cut out for them repairing all the tanks, though. The museum is saved. And with a slightly new entry. Their home is returning to them. Now you just got to go through, moving in again, unpacking all of your stuff. That was a hell of a journey. We won the competition. We've saved the school. Oh, wait a minute. No, that was all lies. Never trust an adult. Now being thrust back into what they know best. Completely disregarding the laws of the universe, physics, all rationality. And by the skin of their teeth, pulling something out of their ass. And it was majestical. I feel like I have to apologise for a video many days ago. But the finish, they really were instrumental in this. They may have stayed on the outskirts to begin with, but my God, did they deliver. But now that everyone is going to happily restart their life back on board the big ship town city, I hope they captured all of those rabbits. Lest they create an environmental disaster. And maybe now the Morals Committee can return the sign. But high above the rooftops, amongst the clouds, a fascinating use of aerial surveillance. What would the Italians have done if there wasn't just an easy access route onto that roller coaster? They didn't really have any ammunition to really make much more of a dent, but they used what they could. I think that was a great movie though, because even like the subordinates and lesser characters in this had a time to shine, like Nonna and the other Russian one. Even the ones that received Coco. Of course, to understand what I'm talking about there, you're going to have to watch one of the OVAs if you haven't already. But I think that Girls&Panzer is a great use of 3D work because it's a tank. There's only a few major moving parts. Can't really get it wrong. Just need to balance the textures and lighting. And you're good. And even with little bits, like with the girls on top when you're doing the panning shots and whatnot, it doesn't look out of place. Although some of the tank parkour, I'm just going to enjoy it. But now that that is over, whether you want to take a nice cozy rest, healthy plate full of KGB fries and burger, or a nice glass of Earl Grey, make sure to join me again. There's a little bit left, and we could always use more Girls&Panzer, more tanks, more explosions, more butterflies. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. If you made it this far at least, it would mean a huge deal to me if you subscribe to the channel, if you haven't already. And also if you want to, you check the description for links to my Discord, maybe some other stuff that might interest you. Take care of yourself though. See you in the next one. If you want to be conscripted into my army, which unfortunately doesn't quite have as many ducks or inflatables, consider joining onto my Patreon, because together we may overcome the great T28 that is YouTube copyright systems. But before the battle, I need to thank Sal, Electricant, Arthea, Noku, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rojas, Dinsfire, Big Boy, Mats, Rasmus Paulson, Girly, Duck, Shadow7899, Raywin and everyone else. Because if it wasn't for them, the rundown school that is my channel would probably never reopen. Yeah, nah, this is not a good idea.